Well, hello, and welcome back to my channel where I make healthy lifestyle videos that include new recipes, some fashion content, some beauty content, a look into my crazy life, and I'm also documenting my journey on compounded Tirzepatide, which, if you don't know, is the active ingredient in Zepbound and Manjaro. So today is Wednesday, November 20th, and I want to give you guys a little life update, tell you some things about my doctor's visit last Friday that I didn't mention before, and I need to tell you guys about something that I am extremely embarrassed by because I should not have been so stupid. So let me just dive right in. So, life update. If you guys watch my channel, you know I have two kitty cats. We have Leo, who of course is right here, and we have Kylie, who is my orange kitty, and I will link a video that shows her when I'm trying to explain how and why I started Tirzepatide. She's up here acting like a little maniac. Well, she had lost a significant amount of weight. At her healthy weight, she was about 9 pounds. And I finally took her to the vet and she was 4.5 pounds. So she lost half her body weight. And she was constantly ravenous. And one of my subscribers, and actually some people at work too, said it sounded like hyperthyroidism, that happens to cats. She will be 15 years old in January, so she is an older cat. But she's extremely skittish, has been her whole life. She's the sweetest pet that I have ever owned, but she doesn't like to be picked up. She'll come to you when she wants to be petted. She would never hurt a fly, but if you try to pick her up, she does have claws and she goes crazy. So I knew that the vets would be extremely traumatizing for her. So I put it off, but I could see she was not getting any better. So Monday I took her to the vets and she does have hyperthyroidism, but we also found out that her kidneys are failing and she has something wrong with her heart. So I've just been upset since Monday night. She is doing okay right now. They gave me some medication for the thyroid and for the kidneys, and she's taking the medication. I didn't know how that was going to work because she has to take 2 pills a day for her thyroid, one in the morning and one in the evening. And I just crushed it and mixed it with a little bit of Fancy Feast. And I make sure she eats that, and then I give her more Fancy Feast. But I do like a teaspoonful, mix that up, let her eat that, and know that she got the pill in there. And then I give her more food. Then at lunchtime, she has to take 2 milliliters of this liquid medicine for her kidneys. So I mixed it with the water from the tuna can. My cats know it as tuna juice, and she drinks it right down because there is no way I could be squirting that in her mouth. There's no way. She'd run. And so that's going okay. At some point, I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do. They do a kind of a form of dialysis by injecting them with fluid subcutaneously, and that can be done at the vets or it could be done here. I just don't know what to do. I talked about it with my vet. She's so skittish and so frightened that going to the vets on a routine basis would be extremely hard on her. But at the same time, I don't know how I would do that. You know, you have to have like a bag of fluid and she has to sit still long enough. No, there she is, see? Thank you for making an appearance, Kylie. So I'm going back in 3 weeks and I'll discuss the options there. But it's been really stressful for me. I love her so much, and it's like one of your kids getting sick. I mean, obviously not quite as bad, but anyway. So I had that going on. the thing I wanted to tell you about my doctor's visit this past Friday, if you watched my last video, you know that I gained 1.5 pounds, that I talked to my doctor about these pre-filled syringes that I was using from this pharmacy in New York. And I did not feel that they were full strength. And I still don't think that they were full strength. They were supposed to be 7.5, and I wasn't getting nearly the amount of suppression that I had been when I was using my vials from Orderly Meds, which come from Red Rock Pharmacy. So my doctor told me I had one pre-filled syringe left, which rounds out to be about $90. And he just basically said, don't take it. Just start back on the vials from Red Rock. So like I said, today is Wednesday. I take my shots Thursday morning. That is what I'm going to do tomorrow. Now, I had only lost 2.5 pounds in like the last 6 weeks. And I was pretty upset about that. So I talked it over with my doctor, and he prescribed metformin. He actually had prescribed this way back this summer when I went in and was found to be pre-diabetic. But when I started on compounded Tirzepatide, he said he didn't care if I took these or not. And I didn't really know a lot about it. So I didn't take it for the longest time because I'm already on a slew of medications. I take, blood pressure medicine, acid reflux medicine. I'm on tamoxifen for my breast cancer. I'm on cholesterol medicine. And I was like, well, if I don't have to take a pill, then I'm not going to take it. But he said that studies have shown that metformin, along with Tirzepatide, has a better weight loss rate. So somehow they work together to help you lose a little bit more weight. So I am going to start taking one of these. They are a bit of a horse pill. They're kind of big there, but we'll see. And I'll report back and see if that helps snap me out of, I guess I'm in a stall, I hadn't lost much weight. I actually gained weight. This week, I don't feel like, I'm going to weigh in on Friday morning. I have not weighed in earlier this week, and I feel like I'm going to be the same, if not maybe even have gained a little bit. So I'm hoping that that works. So let me tell you about why I am embarrassed. So as you guys know, tomorrow, November 21st, the FDA is supposed to let us know whether or not they are keeping Tirzepatide off the shortage list. And I explained in detail what that means in my previous video. But essentially, if they keep it off the shortage list, then technically compounding pharmacies will not be able to produce it. Now, I know my company, Orderly Meds, in conjunction with Red Rock, and they might even have another pharmacy. I think in their last email, they said something about Strive Pharmacy, have plans to alter the dosage and add glycine. And they believe that they might be able to get around the FDA rules with that. I think they're going to go forward with that until they're sued, and then we'll see what happens. I do think we will have access to compounded Tirzepatide for at least the next few months. But I did let the panic get to me. So Monday, I was looking through Facebook support group comments, and there was a reference to a pharmacy that was selling Tirzepatide at $250 a vial. And I actually had a written prescription from my doctor. He wrote one out and gave it to me for 10 milligrams when I was there on Friday. So I clicked on the link and started a chat with this pharmacy, which is called Health Bridge Pharmacy. And they sold me one vial of 10 milligrams and had me pay via PayPal. Now, I could use Apple Pay or PayPal or Zelle. They did not accept straight credit card purchases, which should have been my first warning. I am an attorney, for God's sake. I'm a prosecutor, for God's sake. I should not be so gullible. But like I said, I was having anxiety about my cat. I'm having anxiety about having access to compounded Tirzepatide. So I went ahead and sent the money via PayPal. Now, they had me send it under the friends and family selection, which means you cannot dispute the charge. So I didn't realize that at first. So I paid the $250. Now, fast forward to after work, I got a confirmation email that said it would be shipping out soon and it would arrive by November 21st, et cetera, et cetera. So then I'm at the vet's with my cat Kylie, and I get an email from their delivery service. And that is called Global Itinerarium. And they said they had my vial and that I needed to pay $125 insurance. And that once it's delivered, then they would refund it. So I questioned that. And I went back on the chat with Healthbridge Pharmacy saying, is this a scam? And they assured me it was not a scam. They promised me I'd be getting my medication, and they promised me that I would be refunded this $125. So against my better judgment, because I was already in it for $250, I went ahead and paid the $125. And again, it had to be on PayPal using friends and family. I was reluctant to do so, realizing I might be getting scammed, but I went ahead. So I'm waiting. And then about an hour later, I get another email from this Global Itinerarium. And basically, they then said I needed to send $150 via PayPal for shipping and handling. And at that point, I just was like, excuse my language. I was like, that is bullshit. I should have known. I had a funky feeling from the beginning. I should always listen to my intuition, and I suggest you guys do the same. I let this panic over whether or not compounding Tirzepatide is going to go away affect my judgment, and I refused to pay the $150. Now, I have no way to get the $375 that I already paid back. I contacted Healthbridge Pharmacy and I told them what was going on and that I refused to pay this exorbitant shipping and handling fee. And they're like, oh, but it'll get refunded to you. And I just couldn't do it. At that point, I'm like, I cannot throw another $150 into this. And do I even want the product at this point, since it seems so shady? Now, I am not saying that Healthbridge Pharmacy is running a scam. That's to be determined. I am just telling you what happened to me. And it seemed shady, and I'm out $375, and I just couldn't bite the bullet and send that other $150. At this point, I'm gonna take it as a very expensive lesson, and I can't believe I was so gullible. And I thought about not sharing it with you guys because I'm embarrassed. I mean, like I said, I'm an attorney, I'm a prosecutor. I should way know better than this. So my advice to you guys is stick to the companies and the pharmacies that we know are real. I use Orderly Meds. I did order 3 vials from Zappy. And how that happened is I went ahead and ordered 3 vials from Orderly Meds when they came out with the vials that have extended bud dates. The bud dates are supposed to be 6 months or 180 days. And so you could order up to 5, and I only ordered 3. And I still haven't received them, by the way, but that's okay because they told us they weren't going to ship out for a couple weeks. But then I changed my mind and thought I really wanted to add those 2 extra vials. And I messaged Orderly Meds, and they just said that order was being processed and I couldn't change it. So I had been reading a lot about Zappy Health. They were offering a 9-month supply. And so I looked into it. 9 months was just a little bit too much. And that was like $2,600. But they have what they call the 3-month escalating plan at Zappy. And so I told them that I was currently on 10 milligrams because I knew I'm currently on 7.5, but I have 3 vials of 10 coming. I don't need any more 10. So I ordered the 3 vials from Zappy, and they should be on the way. I got a notice from UPS that they are in transit. I don't have a delivery date yet, but I'm expecting that any day. And Zappy uses, and I may massacre this pronunciation, the Oesa pharmacy. But anyway, so I'll get 1 vial of 12.5 and 2 vials of 15. And that does make me happy. But so like I said, my advice, stick to the companies that you know. All right. I would like you guys to comment below and let me know what you would have done if it was you. I mean, I'm getting messages saying, we promise, if you send this money, we'll refund it, that it's normal practice. And I just responded, it is not normal practice. I've never had to pay insurance. I have had to pay shipping and handling for those 4 pre-filled syringes from Anexia, but the shipping and handling was like $30. I mean, nothing big. So anyway, I just decided that I did not trust the people that I was dealing with, and I didn't want to lose any more money. So I'm curious to see if any of you have heard of that organization, Health Bridge Pharmacy, and if you've had any experience with that, if you have, and maybe I need to send them the $150. But at this point, I'm kind of just chalking it up to an expensive lesson learned. All right, well, that is my update for today. Like I said, tomorrow is November 21st, and I'll take my shot. I'm gonna use my vials from Red Rock, and I will weigh in on Friday morning, and I will put together a week 14 update. And in that update, I should have some more information about what's going on with the FDA. And I promise I will share it with you. So I could use some prayers for my cat, Kylie. It's gonna be really difficult seeing her decline. So I've started doing an emoji of the day at the end of my videos, and I would like an emoji of praying hands. And then I'll know that you made it to the end and you enjoyed the video, or at least found it interesting. So, and please give my cat a prayer or two. If you're animal lovers like myself, you know how hard it is. All right, I promise I'll be back doing some new recipes. I've got some saved that I want to show you guys. More grocery hauls. I actually have a couple things from Temu I'll share with you in the next video. So please stay tuned. If you like this video, please like it below and subscribe to my channel. And tick that notification bell so you are alerted every time I upload a new video. I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I will see you next time.